Today, we are going to unlock the real secrets to getting results from your workouts. And here's a hint. It's not just about training harder. It's about understanding the fundamental rules of the game. So yeah, let's just get right into it. You know the feeling, right? You show up, you put in the work, you sweat, but nothing really changes. The scale doesn't move, the weights feel just as heavy, and you just feel stuck. It is one of the most frustrating feelings ever, and almost everyone goes through it. But what if I told you the problem isn't your effort? Exactly. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're just missing the instruction manual. Believe it or not, every single effective training program, from the pros down to weekend warriors, is built on a handful of core principles. Think of them like the operating system for your body. Once you get them, everything just clicks. And that is exactly what we're going to break down right now. We're looking at the 6 foundational principles of fitness conditioning. And listen, these aren't just, suggestions. They're the non-negotiable rules that literally govern how your body adapts and gets stronger.
Okay, so here they are. Overload, progression, specificity, reversibility, individual differences, and variation. We're going to walk through every single one, starting with the 3 principles that are basically the engine of all your progress.
So let's start with the big 3: overload, progression, and specificity. These are the active ingredients, right? They're what you do in your training to actively drive results and tell your body it needs to change. First up, the big one, the principle of overload. Honestly, this is the cornerstone of all training. It's super simple. To get stronger or faster or whatever your goal is, you have to ask your body to do more than it's currently comfortable with. You have to introduce a stress that it's just not used to. And this image, it just perfectly captures the idea. It's not about going to your absolute limit every single time. It's about applying a stimulus that's just a little bit beyond your normal baseline. That's what triggers your body to say, whoa, okay, I need to get stronger for next time. But here's the cool part. More doesn't just mean a heavier barbell. You've got 4 main dials you can turn up. You can increase the volume, that's how much, like more sets or reps. You can up the intensity, how hard, so heavier weight or a faster pace. You can increase frequency, how often you train. Or you can even increase density, that's doing the same work but in less time. Okay, but you can't just crank all those dials up to 11 all at once. That's a recipe for burnout or injury. And that leads us to our next rule, progression. This is the art of applying overload intelligently over time. It's all about a slow, gradual, planned increase that lets your body adapt safely. And this is the key takeaway. Seriously, be patient and methodical. The smartest, most effective way to progress is to change just one of those things at a time. Maybe this week you just add 1 more rep to each set. Next week, maybe you add 5 pounds. These small, controlled steps are what lead to massive long-term gains. And finally, for our core engine, we've got specificity. This one is so simple, but so profound. You get what you train for. Period. Your body makes incredibly specific adaptations to the demands you place on it. They call it the SAID principle, specific adaptations to imposed demands. I mean, think about it. Doing 1,000 push-ups will make you amazing at doing push-ups, for sure. But it won't magically make you a faster sprinter. If you want to get better at something specific, you have to train that skill, or at least the muscles and energy systems that support it. Your training has to match your goal. All right, so we've built our engine for progress. Now we need the guardrails. The next 3 principles, reversibility, individual differences, and variation, are what keep you on the road and prevent you from crashing and burning. The principle of reversibility is exactly what it sounds like. We've all heard it. Use it or lose it. All those hard-earned fitness gains, they're not permanent. If you stop training, your body will slowly but surely go back to where it was before. Consistency is everything. But here's a really interesting detail. You don't lose all kinds of fitness at the same speed. Your cardio, your aerobic fitness, that tends to drop off pretty fast. Sometimes you can feel it after just a couple of weeks off. But your strength, that declines much more slowly. And the muscle memory, those connections between your brain and muscles, helps you regain it faster when you start back up. Next up is the principle of individual differences. And this is why copying your favorite pro athlete's workout is usually a terrible idea. Your own unique mix of genetics, your age, how long you've been training, your lifestyle, it all changes how you respond to a workout. What works perfectly for one person might be way too much or way too little for you. And our final guardrail is variation.
Look, your body is an incredible adaptation machine, but if you do the exact same thing over and over and over again, it gets really efficient at it, and it just stops adapting. Planned changes to your routine or variation keeps your body guessing, it stops you from getting bored, and it's the secret to smashing through those frustrating plateaus.
Okay, so we have our engine for growth and the guardrails to keep us on track. But what's actually happening under the hood? Why do these rules even work? It all boils down to a really simple but powerful biological cycle. This is the science that makes everything click.
So here's how it works. Step 1, you apply a stimulus. That's your workout, the overload. This makes you tired. Step 2, you recover. And this is where sleep, food, and rest days are critical. It is only during recovery that the real magic happens. And step 3, if you got the stimulus and recovery right, you get adaptation. Your body rebuilds itself to be just a little bit stronger, a little bit better than before.
The result of that whole cycle is something called supercompensation. Check out this chart. Your workout actually drops your performance level because you're tired. But with good recovery, your body doesn't just go back to where you started. It overshoots, creating a new, higher baseline of fitness. That little overshoot right there, that is the entire goal of training. Okay, let's bring it all home. We've gone through the principles, we've looked at the science. So how do we actually turn all this knowledge into a smarter training blueprint and stop making the same old mistakes? It really just boils down to this. Instead of skipping rest days, thinking that more is always better, you strategically plan for recovery because you now know that's when you actually get stronger. Instead of doing the same exact workout for months on end, you apply progression. And instead of just blindly copying someone else's routine, you listen to your own body and respect the principle of individual differences. I really love this idea. Think of your training not as just a random collection of workouts, but as a story that you are writing, day by day, week by week. These 6 principles, they're your grammar, your plot structure. They give you the tools you need to write a really compelling story of progress, chapter after chapter. So, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Take an honest look at your own routine. What's it missing? Is it missing progression? Are you ignoring specificity? Is there enough variation to keep things interesting? Finding that one missing piece could be the key that unlocks your next level of fitness. Thanks for tuning in.